What up, Pod fans? That sounded stupid. This week we're doing just a snippet of episode 5 that will be released next Wednesday. We're still trying to catch up on some of the other episodes. I want to have them done perfectly for you guys. So for right now, enjoy this segment where we talk about marriage and men's health. So for any other updates, follow us on Instagram, the kids are asleep pod, just like it is spelled in the description below. And we'll see you next week. Enjoy.
How do you feel about the whole, how do you feel about marriage though? Because I remember we both watched a TikTok the other day where this guy described like why men don't,
like why it doesn't benefit men to get married anymore.
Yeah.
He opened up with just like, first of all, you got to open up with this prenup, which is already hurting the marriage from the get-go,
Yeah.
Because it's saying like, oh, in case we don't work out, here are the lines of what you get and what I get. And that's like, that alone is just like, what do you mean if?
Mm-hmm.
So you're already saying something. But I mean, I get it, the insurance of like, just in case things go down, whatever. He goes on to say like, you got to pay, alimony, you got to pay, child support forever. Like there's a like 80% chance the mom will win the kids,
Yeah, so basically what he was saying was like, there's no meaning for us men anymore because you see so many failed marriages. And on the men's, on the men's, point of view, it's like, what's the meaning behind it? Because I'm just going to end up losing my kids, seeing them for only like every other weekend for 2 days. I'm going to have to pay you for the rest of my life. Yeah, of course it depends, but it was a very interesting perspective to see like, wow, like a marriage, the whole point of view of marriage is really changing because of what we're seeing nowadays.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting.
There's some benefits I'm sure that can come through it, but I mean, for us, I think it would be like just from a religious point of view, like, not to live like so like out of wedlock and whatnot,
Yeah.
And, but I totally get what this guy's saying. And he actually at the end he goes, and I want to get married. I just don't want anything on paper. Like he doesn't care about like getting the government involved. So I don't know. I thought that was a very interesting point. Just different points that he made. Maybe we can link that too on the very bottom here.
It's very interesting to see, but it also was like very understandable. Like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, he made good points as to like why it just doesn't benefit men anymore, and it's such a crazy thing because now we can transition into this topic. It's like men's like mental health, obviously both men and women, we can all go through our own struggles and things that we think about, but it's men that kind of go through a very don't talk about it, like man up, shut up way of thinking. And now that everyone's just like on social media and things become more, aware or woke type shit. Like it's something interesting that I've noticed. I'm like, oh wow, yeah. Like growing up as a guy, like I did grow up kind of like, oh well, yeah. I mean, these are my feelings on something, but like, shut up. Who cares? Like no one cares. And growing up that way, they say a lot of men become depressed like when they do get married or whenever they get into like family situations, or some of them just feel like nobody ever asks, how are you doing? And I feel like a lot of men relate to that. Like nobody ever really asks because we're very used to just kind of, cool, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's always like in the moment, like, oh, hey, how you doing, man?
Good,
it's like, good.
I'm fine. But we, like, guys are never, thank you. Let me just vent. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a bunch of different things that I feel like guys go through, and we're very used to just kind of, don't make it a big deal and like kind of just swallow it and take it down. I don't know if you can relate to any of that, Andy.
Yeah, I feel like especially growing up in a Hispanic family, like your dad like was just like I remember getting hurt and my dad was like, come on, get up, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, and then like, especially around friends, like I feel like there's always that alpha male type thing. So you never talk about what's wrong or if like you guys have problems or like at home and things like that.
Yeah, especially around other like alpha guys. Like you, as a guy, you kind of wanna look tough. You wanna look like that didn't bother me. You want to be unproblematic.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like, oh, that's bad or that's totally, like however you want to feel like your personality is, whatever. But I do think there needs to be a release.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like guys' releases is like alcohol. They have these anger problems. addictions to whatever drugs. Yeah. And guys that go from living alone or, you know, like having zero responsibilities, it's just themselves, and then having kids, a wife, and a house to take care of, and 2 jobs, that weighs a lot on a guy. Mm-hmm. Like, just imagine, like, that comes into your life, and like, how do you're gonna have a depressed guy? Yeah, because he doesn't even know how to talk to that, talk to his like wife about what he's feeling. Hey, listen, I've been going, like, instead they'll get, like, you know, someone just kind of yelling in their ear, like, you never do anything. So it's like that, and we don't have that conversation enough, I feel. I don't know. I think Joe Rogan was talking about that once too. But he talked about that, like, why is it that men have like that type of depression?
I mean, it's a lot for guys, because like you said, when they're around other males, they don't want to speak about anything. They want to just be in the moment with their guys. And I feel like guys very much are just like, you know, they're very, what's the word, like chill and calm, living in the moment, versus us girls. We can just, oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, this happened. And then we go deep into like our traumatic lives. And it's like, really? Oh my God, me too. Versus the guys are just like, oh, did you watch that game today? Whatever. Mm-hmm. Versus when you're with your girl, I feel like a lot of guys feel like they don't want to be the emotional guy, because some girls don't like the emotional guy that has a lot of baggage. So I feel like
as masculine as they wanted.
Yeah. So I feel like for some guys, it can just
you're gonna have to wrap this up soon.
Yeah. I know. So I feel like for some guys, it's just you don't want to turn your partner off or come off that emotional, sad guy that you feel like you have to take care of now.
Right. Or sometimes, you know, there are some people in a relationship, whichever way your relationship is, whoever's dominant or not, you know, are where somebody opens up and they just appreciate that, and learning the difference between, oh man, you need this change, or sometimes it's just like, oh no, you just need someone to listen and someone to vent out to, and you can do that with your partner. Yeah, you know, I think it's really important to do that. But if you do that too much with like friends, like that's how, you know, like a lot of negative energy comes in. So that's why they say like really protect yourself with. Oh yeah. But I think with your spouse, your partner, your lover, it's that conversation just needs to open up. Like today, literally, if you're watching this, ask your partner like, hey, how you doing? And if they answer fine, ask them again. Like, no, like, how are you doing? Like,
no, like, yeah.
Mentally, like have you been feeling anything?
Is there anything you know, that's on your mind that you really want to talk about?
Is anything stressing you out?
Mm-hmm. We do that. We check in with each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like it's very important. It's very, very, very important. So yeah, we've definitely had moments like that where if I need to stop you for something, like I just feel like your energy's off, or I feel like, you know, you're kind of just distant from me, then I'll ask you questions just like, you good? But it's also about timing. Don't ask someone in the middle of eating, you know, like don't ask like if, you know, they're showering, or if they're on their phone and they're kind of just chilling, you know, like, and they don't want to talk, like, you know, maybe that's right now them de-stressing, or, you know, just kind of like, hey, if you got time tonight, try this. If you have time tonight, we do this a lot. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you tonight. So like, if you ever have any free time tonight, you know, whatever, like after we put the kids to bed, let's talk.
So I want to talk to you.
Yeah. And I've told you too, like, I'm just like, hey, yeah, I kind of want to talk to you about a few things here.
Yeah. Or he's told me before, like, I feel like I'm always checking in on him, but sometimes it could come off like too cutesy, like, oh, like, you know, like the way we talk to each other sometimes can come off very cutesy. But there's been a time where Eric's come out to me. He's like, you know, like, I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to come, like, to open up to you, because I don't know if you're being cute with it or if it's like a serious moment you want to have. So I've had to change the way I've, you know, kind of like gone up to him. Like when it's a serious moment, I have to be like, hey, is there anything you want to talk about? Like that's how I'll check in with him, versus it being like in the moment, like, oh, how are you feeling? You know? But yeah, you have talked to me before about some things, and I have too, and it's healthy. Some things, you know, can be hard to take in, but I feel like together as a couple, you work with it. That's the goal. And
a lot of it, yeah, I think that's really awesome that we can get on that connection level and just talk and understand, and never make it feel like it's an attack. Yeah. Like, oh, I feel like because of this happens, and because of you, I'm feeling this way. You know, it's kind of more just like start off with just you. And you're like, I've been feeling this way. and sometimes it makes me feel this way, and then fill in the blanks, whatever. But for me, it would be like the stress of just like everything is on me kind of a deal, right? Like right now you are like a working stay-at-home like mother.
Yeah, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
You're a stay-at-home mom, and and it's not an easy job. I understand, especially with two. But sometimes whenever I do need to go off and like the things I used to do was like network a lot and collaborate, and that's how I would come up with a lot of like videos with other people, or I'd just be at the right place at the right time, and I meet somebody, and whatever. But now I do everything from home, and then little distressors, things like even playing my Call of Duty. Yeah. I bought a guitar, and I was just like, okay, this could be something I do on my off time. And sometimes I'm like, I'm not even like into it, like you have to want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's just a bunch of little things that I feel like I stress out about, and I just want to vent them and let you know in case like I'm like, hey, I'm sorry if I was rude today. I've been feeling this way.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah, we both have had our moments. We both have different responsibilities and different stress. Like he said, he is the provider of us, the entire family. Me, the boys, the house, the cars, like everything. You are the breadwinner, breadwinner. Winner?
Sure, yeah.
Winter bread? I don't know. And for me, my responsibility is like taking care of the house. So I do stress out a lot because even though I'm with the kids, I stress out about myself independently. Who am I? What am I doing with myself other than being a mom? I've like the loss of like identity, which I've talked to you about. And then for you, it's like work based. Like I need to start working more, doing this more.
Mm-hmm.
Since the pandemic, like obviously it's affected everybody. Yeah, I feel like this past year has definitely tested us, especially like
it has
being together 24/7.
Yeah, we don't have the type of maybe the more common relationship with everyone else is like dad leaves for work and at 8 a.m. or something comes back like at 6.
The usual work
9 to 5 or whatever. I'm like here.
Yeah.
We go to bed. I see you. We wake up. We see each other. And sometimes it's like, ugh, leave me alone.
Yeah, like don't get us wrong. Like we're very happy that we're both home here with the kids. But sometimes it's like we just need like our space from each other.
When we put the kids for a nap, like which would be this time, you'll be in your office sometimes. I'll be in here.
Or
go to the gym. And like I don't ever like pop in like, hey, what's going on? You want to, like, I'm just like, oh, okay, she's in her own space right now.
We understand that even though we're with each other 24/7, we need space.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're both going to go crazy and just like resent each other. Like, ugh.
Same when we argue.
Yeah.
We can get upset about something and then be like, just walk away from each other, come back an hour later. I'm like, hey, babe.
Hi, baby. Which we were never like that before, but we've come a long way.
We'd be mad at each other for like the whole day, just
for like a week.
What?
That's
talk to me?
Yeah. Like, what'd you say? Say it to my face.
I don't know.
Bitch.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's. Well, call me bitch.
He did. I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
It's fine.
I don't know. I think it makes you stronger to kind of go through all of that and still not give up, right? Like on what you have. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the time these days, it's like as soon as something happens in a relationship, you guys just get up and leave on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done that. I feel like in our
past. Where people get very, I don't deserve that. No, and it's just kind of like you have to work as a team.
Yeah.